Well, hello there and welcome to a new kind of video I'm trying out. This is going to be a paint with me, speed paint type deal where we're getting a little chatty because I feel like I just need to get better at talking about myself. And I was really excited to finally get into this box of 60 tubes of Arteza gouache that I had just sitting in my studio for probably about a month because I wanted to do a filming of unboxing it and a little paint video for you guys, a little speed paint for you guys. I call it a speed paint, it's only sped up 2 times because I didn't want this video to be an hour long. So here we are. I actually remembered to moisturize my hands for this video because most times I wash my stuff back and my hands are just looking nasty. But we're gonna start painting Pietro from Animal Crossing. I'm doing this part as voiceover right now because while I was painting, I was already so focused on not getting my head in the shot. I stopped doing paint. I stopped doing like these live painting type videos because it was just like a lot of stress to actually paint something well while focusing on not ruining the shot with my head or my hair getting in the frame. But this one I drew specifically with filming it in mind so that I wouldn't like hate myself after if I messed up the shot or anything. So I did show stitches as well in the beginning of this video, but that's going to be for another time or else this one would just be way too long. I was going to do this one all in real time, but yeah, it was like over an hour long and my computer was crashing because it was like, girl, you're doing too much. And I'm like, okay, we'll speed this up and get it out of here. So anyways, I just wanted to, oh, also I was filming a reel at the same time. So that's why I didn't want to talk while painting. And good thing I didn't too because I ended up speeding it up. So I would have sounded like a chipmunk or something. Anyways, I just wanted to talk a bit about my art journey, I suppose I could call it. Yeah. So, as a kid, I mean, I'm still obsessed with Disney, and I just remember watching the like behind the scenes stuff on the DVD version of Finding Nemo and just seeing Pixar Studio, and I wanted to be an animator so badly, as a lot of people do. I remember like kind of figuring out though at one point as a kid how much time would be spent on the computer, and I don't know why I was so against that or just like staring at a screen even as a kid, but I just knew I didn't want to like just be sitting there and staring at a computer all day, even though that's what we all do anyways now. So when I was in high school and it was time to start like, applying for colleges and stuff, I wanted to do studio art to actually be using real paints versus like painting virtually or doing any type of virtual stuff. I don't know why I was so like anti technology for some reason. As in high school I was like totally like that, even though I loved video editing, my video editing class that I took then. Anyways, I started going to San Francisco State for studio art. That's where I graduated from. And I loved my time there. I'm not trying to start this off on a negative note talking about college, but I do want to preface this by saying I don't think college is for everyone, and I don't think you need to go to any type of art school to make art your career. There are plenty of artists here on YouTube or, wherever doing their thing online that didn't get a degree, and I mean, I feel like they're better. I know they're better than me, even though I got the education and everything. It's hard to not compare yourself to people, even though we shouldn't do that, of course. Anyways, all I'm saying is what you need to do really to get better at art is to just put the time in. There's no formula to make you a great artist. It's really just practice, practice, practice. And I know everyone says that, and we're all probably sick of hearing it, but that is just the truth, and the only way to get better is to keep practicing. I like to think of it as, well, it is muscle memory, but I like to compare it to like when you're lifting weights or like exercising every day. Say you're like, jogging every day. You're going to get better. Your stamina is going to get better every time you jog again. But if you stop jogging for a while, because of injury or just getting lazy, whatever, you're gonna have a harder time getting back into it again. So every time you paint, it's like you're lifting weights. Your arms are getting more used to making these movements, your wrists, you're getting better hand-eye coordination for laying down paint where you want it to be, or for sketching, You're also training your eyes to see the things that you need to get down on paper or on, your tablet if that's what you use to draw. So just the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And, if you take time off of making art, then you're going to have to work to get back into the swing of it again. I can tell just from doing one of these little Animal Crossing portraits that I haven't done in a while because I just kind of took a break from painting them. I could feel like I wasn't as good as when I was doing a few each day for commissions in my Etsy shop. So, if you want to get better with gouache or acrylic or, whatever type of paint, new thing that you're doing, just got to put the time in. And, not even just that, but also watching other people here on YouTube. If you're not going to college or, whatever, I feel like watching other people paint really helps. So that's why I wanted to start doing more of these videos, to just kind of give you a look into my process. Not that mine's the best one to watch. Anyways, I won't be negative on myself. Kayla, stop being negative on yourself. Okay, thank you. I think that's another big thing as an artist, is just to not be hard on yourself all the time. I forget what I was saying the other day to my boyfriend, Fabian, but he pointed out, he called me out on my shit, which is true. He said, you need to stop focusing on the things you don't do and focus more on the things you have done and have achieved. And I think it's hard to do that as an artist just because society is hard on artists already, and I feel like a big part of how we are, or how I am at least with myself, has to do with imposter syndrome. I went to school for this and I still have imposter syndrome. I still if I meet someone and they ask what I do, it's hard for me to say oh, I'm an artist, because I don't know, it just feels almost, I don't know. I don't know if it feels like I'm showing off, like, ooh, I'm an artist, or what. It's definitely just like the imposter syndrome. I actually went to a dermatologist not too long ago because, I don't know, hormones or wearing masks or something, my face is going crazy. But on the dermatology, like, paperwork, when you first walk in, they give you the clipboard or whatever, it had, like, what's your occupation? And I think I just put contract work because I'm so awkward about saying I'm an artist, illustrator, whatever. Even though I run my own business and make money off art, I still feel like I have some type of imposter syndrome. But, anyways, all of this is just to say, like, don't feel like your work doesn't have as much value if you don't go to school for it, because you could still go to school for it and still feel that way. um, Also, like, just because you go to college and get a degree doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get a job in the field that you want. I remember one of my professors saying, like, to a classroom of 30 of us, about 30 of us, that, like, statistically only two of us would end up selling our art, which I feel like was kind of a punch in the gut. I don't know why she said that, or if she wanted us to, like, prove the statistics wrong and it was supposed to be like a motivating factor, but it kind of just made me think, like, well, why the heck am I here spending all this money to go to school? But also, that was at a different time. Like, Instagram was not where it's at today. I know several people from that class still, and I know that, like, there's more than two of us that sell our art. So, and maybe she meant in, like, a real gallery setting like that. But yeah, that's another thing. When I took studio art, I felt like, because it was under the fine arts category, I felt like I was almost in the wrong major, because I wasn't super focused on, like, making big paintings for a museum. Oh my god, this is getting really shaky here. I'm going to stabilize this. Hopefully it helps some. My table was shaking the camera. Great. Anyways, I was not focused on, like, making big paintings to get into a museum or whatever. I more, like, wanted to be on a collaborative team designing stuff. So I was, like, nervous I was in the wrong major. And we would write essays in this class about, like, our art career, and she would respond to it. And I was like, am I in the wrong major? Because I'm not specifically super stoked on, putting my work in a museum or that type of thing. Honestly, my big dream was to be working behind the scenes at, like, Disney World. That's why or at Disney in general, like, in the theme parks, and that's why I moved out here to Orlando after college. But she was like, with this major, you're gonna get the skill set that you would use in a collaborative team or whatever. So, anyways, after college, I moved out here to Orlando because I had an internship at Walt Disney World. And basically, with that internship, you can continue to apply for more professional internships. I did apply for one. I didn't get accepted. Like, when I look back on it now, there are so many things I would have done different with the portfolio that I presented them with. But it is what it is. And, maybe now with COVID, I would be out of a job. Anyways, so that all being said, I'm still debating on. I found this master's program at UCF that I'm thinking about getting into for their themed experience design. I just went to a webinar thing on it last night to kind of get more information about it. but not sure if I want to like dig the hole of college debt deeper or not yet. Yeah, anyways, let's talk about some fun stuff now. Let's talk about what we've been watching in this quarantine life, because we're all binging everything, right? Even though I'm in Florida where things are like pretty much open, that doesn't mean I'm a crazy person going out there and going downtown every night, because I didn't even like going downtown when there wasn't a pandemic. So we have binged the show called Blown Away on Netflix, and I just wanted to talk about it here because I think it's definitely worth a watch. It's about it's like a competition show about people who blow glass, and I don't know, it was super interesting to watch, just to see into that world. I don't think I could ever do blown glass. It looks way too intense, like so much sweating. But it was just really interesting to see what they can do, I guess, because you know, blown glass is a thing, but you never really see into that realm too much. So, and of course, the Netflix show, so it was documented really well. Another Netflix show that we found after that, because we were like, ooh, competition shows, is called Instant Hotel, and it takes place in Australia. So it was cool to see Australia, because especially Fabian is like dying of not being able to travel right now. Also, his family is in Europe, and we want to visit our new little niece. But yeah, things are just weird right now. But anyways, Instant Hotel, it's filled with some drama, but not too much. And it's also just cool to see Australia and get to know the different areas. I wasn't familiar with them really, so. Also, big thing we've been watching is WandaVision, of course, on Disney Plus. And I have never, it's not that I don't like the Marvel movies, but I have never been as sucked into them as much as I'm sucked into WandaVision. Like, we saw the last Marvel movie in theaters, and I think we watched, like one of those YouTube videos that goes through all the stuff before seeing it. But now, after WandaVision, like after every episode, I watch like a bunch of analysis videos just to understand, and like people that have actually read the comics and everything. I actually tried to get House of M because I just wanted to read it for myself, but it is super sold out everywhere. If you guys know a secret of getting House of M, please let me know. I'm sure it's on eBay, just like sold at a ridiculous price or something. I went to Barnes & Noble the other day to look at their comics section to see if I could find anything on Scarlet Witch, and there was only one comic in the whole place for her. I don't know if they were like sold out because of WandaVision or what, but yeah, it was just one like collection, and it was like the same story retold 5 times in different art styles, which was actually really cool. But I just wanted to like get more information about Agatha Harkness, because I know I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but I'll put like a timestamp of when I'm done talking about WandaVision or whatever. But I wanted to learn more about Agatha Harkness as a character, because I know in these analyses videos, people have said that she's not necessarily a bad guy. She kind of helps Wanda in a way in the comic books. So I don't know, I just wanted to get my own opinion on that. But I guess I'm not going to, because these comics are super sold out everywhere. I guess I could always read it later on in life. Also, do you guys like go to Barnes & Noble often and like can't actually find anything you want to buy, because I was in there for like an hour that day just looking for a book. Actually I was looking for a comic, and I did want to try and find a book of like just portraits of people, preferably in black and white, just to like practice drawing people, which of course I could do by looking up portraits on Pinterest or whatever, but I just wanted to not stare at a screen. Also, just if you guys have any books you would recommend in general, any like story type books, any like fiction type books. I guess it doesn't have to be fiction, but I think the last thing, well, actually, I started the Michelle Obama audiobook, and I did not finish it yet because there's a part where she talks about her dad passing away, and it made me really sad, and I just haven't picked it back up again. What is the last thing I read? I read this book called The Finnish Way, and it's about this woman whose family was from Finland, and she moved there just to kind of get more of an understanding on Finland. You might know Finland is like one of the happiest places in the world, or where people are the happiest, and apparently the secret is just jumping into ice cold water all the time. So, I tried the whole cold shower thing, and it just did not work out for me. I take like horribly hot showers. Alright, I made a little list of things to talk about, and now I'm talking about my showers, so we can talk about this painting. Yeah, that's what we'll do. This is why I can't be a streamer on Twitch or whatever. I have a friend, Mira, who really wants me to do that, and I am too nervous, first of all, but second of all, I'm like, nobody wants to hear me talk. And yet here I am making a YouTube video where I'm just talking aimlessly while painting. But yeah, I guess the Twitch thing would be better because people are actually responding to you and things like that, but I am nervous. Alright, I see here that I went too dark on his horns there. Well, I like the way it turned out anyway. Getting these vibrant colors for Pietro was, as much as I love Arteza gouache, and I do feel like their colors are really vibrant, to get like Pietro colors was actually pretty difficult to mix. You'll see in a little bit here, I mixed a green to go after this blue, and it was like zombie color green. It was not attractive. So I think I just added some white to one of the greens you see there on the left. I wonder if I should speed up this video even more. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like a long paint with me video where you can actually see every step, or do you like the speed paint style? Because I'm gonna do another one with that stitches drawing that I had, so let me know what you like in the comments. Any type of critiquing is welcome here. Just be kind, please. Or just don't be a horrible troll and make me hate myself. Okay, cool. I also have some little sketches this size I did of Powerpuff Girls. I was gonna do like some Powerpuff Girl speed paints. I don't know if I'd be able to do all of them in the same video, or if I would make it separate videos, but I'll try and make it one video. Alright, I think instead of rambling on anymore, I will just speed up the video a bit. And yeah, yeah, so hopefully this voiceover is ending at around the same time as the video. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to me. Like I said, I would appreciate any feedback. I just want to, help all the young artists out there not make the same mistakes I did, or, try and help people that are maybe nervous of starting an online business based on their art. I get it. I definitely understand why people are nervous, but nothing can happen until you just kind of throw yourself out there. And I was a person that wanted to be a perfectionist about every little thing before throwing myself out there, and it just does, you can't be like that about it. You just have to throw yourself in, make sure what you have is good, but you're like something you won't be completely ashamed by, but just know that like everybody looks back on their stuff when they first started out and cringes a little bit, and that's just part of it. If you want to do a YouTube channel, just start by using your phone. Like I bought Fabian these like studio lights because he's a photographer, and I started my YouTube channel by like, getting all the studio lighting and stuff, and now I'm just like painting this by a window. I was like, oh, it's a sunny day, I can paint today. Because we have a lot of cloudy days where the lighting is just awful. I also color corrected this a little bit. Hopefully you can't tell that much, but yeah. Anyways, just use what you have. Start making it. Have a game plan of what you want to achieve with your YouTube channel or Instagram or whatever, and be consistent, which is like funny of me to say because I'm not consistent at all. But I am going to try. I said that last year, and then the world went to hell, and I didn't try because I was like, oh, well, the world is hell now, so I can't. But I'm going to stop making excuses and just release little videos like this. Maybe not as rambly in the future, but yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this speed paint thing, and I'll continue doing stuff like this. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer questions during these, so please leave them in the comments and I'll give you a shout out in the next one and answer your question. Because yeah, I don't know what to talk about anymore. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right here at this one. Hope you guys enjoy the painting. If you do, I'm actually holding a sale in my Etsy shop right now. You can find it at kaylaskingdom.com. I have marked down some mini paintings like this that haven't sold, and also some handmade jewelry. And yeah, that's another part of all this, is like selling yourself, and it feels really gross, and that's the part of like the art world that I've been bad at, is like needing to sell yourself or market yourself, but that's part of it. So it's just something I have to accept. We all have to accept it. Also, on that note, remember to subscribe if you liked this video and want to see more like it. You can give it a thumbs up too, just so I know that I'm not just, throwing this video into a void, and that people are actually watching it and enjoying it. That would be cool. Yeah, subscribe, like the video, and check out the shop if you're interested. And also, you can see more of my work at Kayla Draws on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's all I got for you today. So take it easy, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.